Hello, we're trying something new. We had to rearrange my room, and because of that we had to rearrange my front room. So we're trying something new. My desk that I normally do my plan with me's on is right here. So I am now sitting on a desk in a chair like a real person. I want to apologize for this being so late. I have I want to say plan with me because that's not right. I have a wrap up for you guys. So here are my books. These are all the books that I read in the month of April. I had 10 books, which I was very happy with. These are mostly in order, not 100%, but I'm just gonna start at the top and work my way down to the table instead of floor, because I'm at a table now instead of a floor. Okay, so here we go. The first one I read is The Shadow Between Us. I decided to read this one because in June, the Fairy Loot book of the month for the YA book is the sequel to this. Sorry if I just gave something away, because I just realized that not everybody knows this stuff. But I like to keep updated, and knowing that a sequel was coming out, I wanted to read the source, and I liked the world. I loved the male main character. I despised the female main character. And the next book is about her sister. And so I will not be getting the book, nor will I be keeping this one. Next one I have is Inkblood Sister Scribe. This one is about two sisters who are trying to protect their father's special magical library, and they have different powers, responsibilities, something along those lines. And it's a mystery to find out more about the library that they have, and then they find out that there's a guy who also has a library, and so it's their thing. I forgot what this book was about. It's the beginning of May, and I read it last month, and I had already forgotten what this book was about. So it was okay. Not great, not terrible. It was okay. The next one I read was The Only One Left. This one is about a woman who is on probation from her job, and when she comes back, she's given the hard task of taking care of a woman who supposedly killed her parents when she was a teenager. And they live, this woman is like rich and famous. She lives in a house right on a cliff, and it is the main character meeting, learning about, and finding out the true story behind the killings of the family and how she fits in. The story was really interesting. I liked it a lot. This audiobook was also very good. Another hit for Riley Sager with my books. I did DNAF Grady Hendrix's book, The Souls We Take. I'll put a picture here. My copy is buried in my unhaul pile. So I'll just put a picture here. I started it. I couldn't get into it. If I should keep going, let me know. If it's okay that I DNF'd it, let me know that too. The next book I read was An Education in Malice. I can understand why so many people are not liking this. I can definitely tell that this is not for everyone. I am kind of torn on it. I did enjoy it. It is a dark academia vampire book with some, it's sapphic, because I think S.T. Gibson's books are all sapphic, and at least at some point. But it's a sapphic story, and it's got some it's got some it's got some student teacher vibes in it. It's got vampire. It's a little, I don't know, it's really hard to describe without giving anything away. It is set in like the 70s or 80s. I can't remember which. It's set before now. I do not remember, but I liked it, but I can definitely understand why there is a pretty devoted group of people that don't. All right. I read books 2 and 3 from Alexandra Bellafleur. This is Hung the Moon and Count Your Lucky Stars. The first one, Written in the Stars, was super, super cute, so I wanted to get to the other two in the series. It's a series of 3 best friends finding love. The first and third are sapphic. The second one is a hetero. The first one, super cute. I read it a few months ago. Second one, super cute. The only stupid thing is that the main male cannot wink. And I will fully admit I'm terrible at winking. I can only do it with one eye, and it takes way too much pressure for me to do it. So I really, for all intents and purposes, I can't wink. Neither can he, but he does this double eye winky thing, and it's just, they talk about it constantly in this book, and they talk about it constantly in this book. And they know it's supposed to be endearing. I find it annoying. But other than that, this one was super, super cute. This one, however, I liked most of it. I liked the characters. I liked the chemistry they had. I love the friend group. But this one centers around a misunderstanding. And the communication issue books always just rub me the wrong way. The miscommunication just, oh, I hate it. When you can have a conversation and fix a problem, have the conversation. And you know that this is enough of an issue where they talk about it in their heads constantly. Well, she did this back then, or she did that back then. No, have a conversation. If it's causing you problems now, then have the conversation. There was another book that I read that had a miscommunication in it, but it was such a mild thing that it didn't affect my liking the book. This one affected my liking of the book. So this one only got 3 stars because the miscommunication trope just annoys me to no end. This one is the Starling House. My window, it's nice and bright today, so you can see my window. Look, there's my camera and my outside. I probably should have brought down my other copy because I have this is the Illumicrate copy, and I also have the Owlcrate copy. But this one was really cute. This one's about a sentient house, and the starlings are the keepers of the house. And it's the story about how the house became a sentient house and the starlings and all of the things that the town goes through with the house. I don't know how well liked this one is. I don't know if it's a popular book because I can understand both ways. I liked it. I thought it was good. And I will be keeping both my copies, at least as of right now. This one was interesting. This one is The God of Endings, another vampire book. I've been reading a lot of vampire books lately, and I think I need a little vampire break. But this one was also really good, but it reads similar to Addie LaRue. So it has 2 timelines. It has the current timeline, which is 1984, I think, 1980 something. 1984. Yeah, so their current timeline is 1984, and your then timeline is when she was a child and when she became a vampire, which I think was like the 1700s or early 1800s, because she's been alive for a couple hundred years. I'm not positive which one it is, and it does not say on the back. But it is a couple of hundred years earlier. I want to say it's the late 1700s, early 1800s. And it is the then and now. It's how she became a vampire and her trials and tribulations as she moves towards the present, and the present being 1984, just like Addie LaRue does. So it's very slow, it's very methodical, it's very, very character driven. There is not a lot of plot in here. There's almost no plot in here. It is just a character story about this woman being a vampire, how she feels about it, how she handles it, and the road that she's on with it. So I would definitely say if you don't like character books, don't read this. But if you like the kind of slow progression of really getting to know a character and who they are and why they do what they do, this is a really good book. It is vampire. There is no romance in it, or very little hints of romance, but for the most part, there's no romance in it. But I liked it. I thought it was really good. I will be keeping that one. It was definitely an interesting story. Okay. Foxglove. I read Belladonna about 6 months ago, and Wisteria comes out in about 6 months. So I figured this was a good happy medium time to read Foxglove. It came up as available on my Libby app. So I went ahead and I checked it out and listened to it. It was really, really good. It's a great second step in the Belladonna series. If you liked Belladonna, you will probably like Foxglove. And I'm really, really excited about Wisteria. All right, here is my shocking little moment. There is a very, very small miscommunication trope in this, but it's one of those things that gets worked out really well. And it's something they talk about. It doesn't bother them for the most part, and when it does bother them, they talk about it. It's amazing. I did listen to this book, and I had to immediately go and buy it because I love it so much. It is such a good book. It is hilarious. If you are a Lucy Score fan, please, please, please let me know if she's got any more funny books, because this was amazing and I absolutely adored it. So I read 10 books this month. I am ahead of schedule on my reading goals, which is great because I'm trying to read Game of Thrones very slowly, and that's going to take me some time. Okay, so that's everything I read for the month of April. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know what your favorite book was. Bye. It's on.
Action.